There is so much effort that goes into wedding planning these days. And the difference between wedding and marriage is wedding is just a one-day event.
In Asian Indian context, many of them think we didn't get any pre-marriage course before we got marriage, and our marriage has survived and in fact have thrived and done well, and so many of the elderly folks even now think this is not really a necessity. Now that the churches, some of them are insisting, then they just push them to do it as something for the sake of the church rather than for them.
That's right.
And so what's your take on this? Because why is pre-marriage preparation so important? What is your take on that?
Sure. The idea of our parents and our grandparents never had to do a wedding preparation or go through a class of this kind. It is true. Our community, our culture, our church was primarily a cultural context in which marriage and wedding happened, and the culture of divorce and struggles that couples have today is very different from what our parents and forefathers have had. And so I think it's cultural issue. Times have changed. The challenges that we bring and the amount of both psychological and relational baggages that people are bringing into the weddings, unlike that of our forefathers. And so all of that necessitates the need for a very formal, structured program which will inform them, help them to understand themselves, and also what do you expect from the other person, and what is Christian marriage, and what are some components and some areas that they need to heal and recover and have a positive a godly understanding of a Christian marriage. Increasingly, young people, the mate selection process, how we find our partner, how we go about in this process is all changed as compared to our parents. And so I think it is finding the proper person and being the right person and navigating through this is also an important element. And I think it's also, this book is not just a reading material, but it's also a workbook. It has 12 chapters. And normally from engagement to the wedding, people have 10 to 12 months. And so we said we will put 12 lessons which will help them to walk through the days from early engagement times all the way to the wedding. And there is so much effort that goes into wedding planning these days. And the difference between wedding and marriage is wedding is just a one-day event. But most people are clueless, or they do very little for prepare for a lifetime of marriage. And so we want to shift the focus from the wedding to the marriage and their life together, and what does it make to prepare for our times and for the years ahead of their lives.